sometimes. So yeah, I try and get out and they pull me back in. All right. Should we wrap this up or what's up?
Shall we go on to
There should be
episode
something
3
else.
or just?
No, let's not watch another episode. We can watch that on our own time.
I brought
It's
Gundam.
weird.
I brought Mobile Suit Gundam. We can show the first episode. Amron!
Yeah.
Amron!
Amro in his powder blue leisure suit.
Yes.
Okay, I've cosplayed once.
Yeah. One time.
This was, well, I've done it twice.
Okay.
I've done it twice now, and this wasn't too long ago. I'm a big Halloween nerd.
Right.
So I make costumes. I do that for Halloween. I go crazy. I learned how to sew because of Metal Gear Solid, because I decided I wanted to be Solid Snake for Halloween one year. And I'm like, okay, well, I got a bunch of these strap type things that I got to somehow fix together. I'm like, okay, staples? My staple gun's probably not the best idea. Glue gun, it's not going to work. I'll rip out of them. So I called my mom, like, do you still have that old sewing machine? Can I borrow it? She's like, sure, yeah. So I remembered from life skills in grade 8. We took like wood shop and metal work and cooking and all that kind of stuff. Well, there was one little chapter of sewing, so I remembered how to put the thread into the machine, and I knew that there was a bobbin hidden there somewhere that needed thread as well.
Yes.
That's basically all I got to sew. So I was able to set it up, and then I just taught myself how to not puncture my fingers while putting two pieces of fabric together, and the costume turned out good. And every year, I kind of had to better my Halloween costumes because it became kind of a thing. So now some of the stuff I have made is pretty ridiculous. But there's a convention in Detroit that happens around Halloween, and one year it was like Halloween weekend, and I was there. So I brought some of my costumes down, like from the previous couple of years. So it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Halloween was on Sunday. So I brought 3 costumes. I brought like my hockey bag with me, as well as my clothes. I brought my hockey bag full of my costumes, right? So on Friday, I was Indiana Jones, and I had made the monkey that sits on his shoulder too. Day 2 was the ridiculous one. I was Han Solo from Star Wars on a tauntaun. Jim Henson would be proud of this one. Like I made this thing. It was so ridiculous. I started it in the summertime for Halloween, right? So, like my legs are the tauntaun legs. I'm assuming everybody's seen Star Wars or something.
Yes.
Okay. If not, shame on you. So this is him on Hoth, the ice planet, and this thing, right? So my legs are the tauntaun's legs, and I got this gigantic tauntaun puppet head that I made. You can actually put your hand in there, make him talk, and he blinks and all that kind of stuff too, right? So that whole part here, and then I have these little dummy Han Solo legs, but there's everything from here up is Han, and the butt of the tauntaun, everything. It turned out pretty good. So that was Saturday, so I'm running around the convention on a tauntaun. Yeah. And then on Sunday, I was Ash from Evil Dead and Army of Darkness and stuff, which is, one of my favorite movies.
This is my boomstick.
So that was part of another story. Oh yes, so I had dressed up at a convention, but that was for Halloween, right? But I'd never actually dressed up as, an anime character. And there was one that I always wanted to do. Well, there was a bunch that I wanted to do, but was never brave enough to, and never really got into it. There was one that I was aggressively searching for, because it was one that I didn't want to make for myself. I needed a good starting off point, right? And finally, after years of searching, every couple months I'd be like, I wonder if there's something like this on eBay or Craigslist or whatever. Never found anything even remotely close. And then at one point, there it was on eBay, this suit that I needed. And so I bought it, and I actually had to drive down to the States to pick it up because they were shipped to Canada. People don't like shipping to Canada. And I got it, and it was too small, so I had to alter it and let out some areas. Apparently whoever had it before had no bum at all. I took it, I unstitched all like the, I don't know, what do you call it? This is a hammer?
It's a hammer.
Okay, so I took out every little bit of fabric that they had left in it. It was all zigzag cut and stuff. And then I took that professionally to somebody to get it properly sized and whatever, so it just fits me. But it's a powder blue leisure suit. So it's Amuro in the first episode of Mobile Suit Gundam. And I got a yellow turtleneck to go along with it, and a little, late 70s, early 80s wug afro, which I sharpied, with red to make it a bit more orange. And I had an inflatable ball, like a green bouncy ball type thing that I took Sharpie to and made it a Haro, and I dressed up for a show. I think I did that at a panel. I think I dressed up for my panel. So I walked in there, you know, bam, chicka, bam, chicka, bam, chicka, bam, in my, you know, pimp, you know,
Overall. Oh my god.
And then the guy that was hosting that panel had a little challenge for me at the end of it. So we're doing a Q&A type thing. And then at the end, he calls up, you know, a volunteer from the audience, and he's going to make us do something. And I had been there, I think, the previous year. We had to do Chubby Bunny. Do you know what that is? No. It's where you take a marshmallow, you put it in your mouth, say Chubby Bunny. And then you take another marshmallow, you stuff it in your mouth, say Chubby Bunny, and you keep doing that until you... And it's basically a competition, right? And you're not allowed to eat the marshmallows, you just got to stuff them in your cheeks. It's very dangerous, actually. It's so easy to choke on those things. So this time around, now I'm wearing my pimp suit. And he's like, okay, so we got another game for you. I'm like, oh no, I totally forgot about that. I forgot that he humiliated me the year before. So now it's, what was it, flies on a windshield? So we got these big pieces of plexiglass that he douses all in peanut butter and raisins, and we have to lick as much of this peanut butter off the glass as we can in, like, you know, a short period of time. I'm in my pimp suit, man. You know, like, I don't want to peanut. Yeah, so that was a bit rough. Oh well. I'm babbling. I hope none of you guys come to my panel. I got nothing to talk about.
That's all right.
You guys are gonna be like, I heard this already.
Did someone come up to you dressed as Bright and just slap you?
My father's house.
No.
So,
But yeah, go ahead.
I did have, I wanted to make a Gundam at one point. I actually started it. I started building a Sandrock. I built the shield and I built the hands, and then it was just making too much of a mess in my place, and I put it away. If I had more room and more time, I'm sure I'd finish it. But I basically, because what I was talking about earlier, you know, I've seen a lot of awesome looking Gundams that can't do anything. Well, I wanted to make one that looked pretty good, that I could also move around in. So one of these days, maybe I'll get back to that project, but it won't be anytime soon. So what I have, I have a bunch of ideas. I actually have another one that I'm planning to do at some point. Because now that I've, you know, popped my cosplay cherry, might as well go and make some more, right? So we'll see. If I can tie them into Halloween, it'll make it easier, because I always go all out for Halloween. It's just none of my friends will know who I am, but who cares?
Who's that guy walking around in a mobile suit?
Dude, you've been like Indiana Jones and, you know, Ash from Evil Dead, and you were, you know, guys from Lord of the Rings. He's like, who the hell are you today?
Scott McNeil.
Yes. For Halloween, I was Scott McNeil at one point. Yeah, that was good. That was fun. Okay. Okay, Scott McNeil, for those of you who don't know, is another voice actor. He's awesome. He's in everything. Yeah, and he's got.
Piper.
What's up?
He's crazy Piper.
Oh yeah, he's insane. He's all kinds of crazy in a good way. Yeah, so this convention that was over Halloween, at one point, on the Halloween, I dressed up as Scott McNeil. And I didn't realize at the time Scott had never been to that convention before. But still, everybody knew who I was supposed to be. But I made, because I was at like one of my first conventions, Scotty was there, and somebody gave him a plushie of himself. And I thought, oh, that's just the coolest thing. Like, somebody made a Scott McNeil plushie. I don't think they gave it to him, but they had a Scott McNeil plushie. And then a year later or something, somebody gave me a Brad Swaile plushie, which I thought was really cool. So part of my costume was going to be, okay, well, I'll dress up as Scott McNeil, but now I have to make a little Scott McNeil plushie, because that kind of means something to me. So I did, and it turned out pretty well. And then I was at a show just before Christmas. It was a charity convention, so it was all the proceeds went to a charity. It was Toys for Tots, I think through the Marines, because it was right before Christmas in Florida. So I made another Scott McNeil plushie and put it in the charity auction. It went for $550 or something like that. It was awesome.
Wow.
It was awesome. Scott, I had to get his permission to make it, and then afterwards, he was like, "So who got the plushie?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't get to meet them, but I'm sure I'll meet them tomorrow or something like that." But yeah, do you know how much I went for? He's like, yeah, I'm not sure how comfortable I am with the idea of somebody having a Scott McNeil voodoo doll. Like, but it's yeah. It's creepy. That sucks to be you, Scott. Yeah, sorry. Never thought about that. Yeah, it's a little plushy Scott McNeil. Yeah. Scott will be up there in Vancouver working like, oh, what's that? Oh, my back.
Yeah.
But I basically explained to him, well, it could work the other way too. Maybe, you know, whoever got it will be very loving with it, and you'll just be up there, you know, having a rough day, and suddenly you'll just feel this, you know, phantom neck massage or something. Somebody's home. Actually, that's really creepy to think of, you know. The dude that got it rubbing little Scott McNeil. It's okay, son. Just relax, just relax.
Like the little cat. Do, 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 do. Yes, that's cute. Oh my gosh. I seriously did bring Mobile Suit Gundam. I mean, you want to? We can pop in episode 1 and make fun of it.
No.
It's up to you.
Don't torch him.
You guys go to the bar first.
That would be a great idea.
I'd do that if I wasn't driving back.
Oh my god.
I'd buy you drinks if I wasn't driving back.
Me too. I know, right?
Yeah.
You're drinking in here. That's terrible.
No, not.
Is it a Dr. Pepper?
Oh, yeah, it's just a Dr. Pepper.
Is it a Dr.
Or
Pepper?
Dr.
No,
Pepper-ish thing.
I can't believe it's not Dr. Pepper, Dr. Thunder.
It's Dr. Is it? Does it taste like Dr. Pepper?
Kind of.
Kind of, sorta. Okay. I've never seen that. We don't have Dr. Thunder in Canada, as far as I know. So. Can I see the can? Are you done with it?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Stop drinking. Give it to me.
I thought you were going to accuse me of, like, drinking.
I was playfully trying to.
That's okay.
The only voice actors drink their own panels.
I could have done this for like an hour. Do I know how to make it? Oh, sorry. You can have your can back.
Oh, okay.
How to make anything else?
Hey.
No, they're going to yell at me to go to work soon.
Does that kind of look like a gorilla of some sort? That's all right. I don't know what that is. It's like nostril shape thing. He's got little legs. This is stupid. Yeah.
That's all good. Anyone else? Was like,
All right, well, let's wrap this up.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
We've been chatting. It's been fun.
That's
Thanks for
been
coming
fun.
out.
Yeah.
Cool.
You guys,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
you just got stuff to sign, so.
you don't have to. You don't have to stick around here and go do some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll
Let's.
do-
If you guys have stuff that you want me to
Yeah.
sign or whatever, let's do that. Let's do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, we got Excel Saga coming up at 10, so I think we'll hold off.